Hi, Nawili and Fauna.
Great day, girl. How you be?
He's wonderful.
Well, we want to welcome and say Grand Rising, Elizabeth, male and female of Facebook and YouTube and Zoom. We are here in the Zoom room and we have some good conversation for you today about health and we've got some guests here. We are just happy to be here, happy to be alive. And my God, I just want to welcome you. We will be here on Facebook and YouTube until 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we will switch and only be on Zoom. So if you want to join us, just go right on over to elizabethvisionaryconference.org and get your ticket, hit the button and get your ticket and come on in. It's free. And you can use that same number for the rest of the time. You don't have to register again. So we invite you to come and join us at 9 o'clock. We will remind you and give you your last opportunity to come and join us this morning on Zoom. On Zoom, you'll be able to ask questions and just get into the conversation. Today, we have Winnie and we have Deetra on with us, and our host is the wonderful Mama Razia Curtis. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. We got some wonderful sisters on here, and we're just going to have our conversation and go on about the day. Yes, queens.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Deetra.
Oh, good morning. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Good, wow. Good to see you. Good to see that smile.
Good to see you too.
Deetra, you remind me of my let me see. She's like a daughter to me. She's my grandson's mother.
Okay.
Yeah, at Kiki's, where we call her. And when I first met you online right here, I said, man, she looked just like Kiki in the future.
Okay. Oh, that's neat. That is neat.
Beautiful, which is so beautiful. And it is such a lovely eye candy to see Winnie. And we just heard your voice. So it's good to talk to you and actually see you, and how wonderful it is to be 88 and still looking and feeling the way you do. And I know you have
88 and a half.
When is your birthday?
February 21st.
Oh, okay. You just missed being an Aquarian. So you are a Pisces.
I didn't miss it.
Are you still Aquarian?
Aquarius Pisces.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, at the crossroads.
21.
Yeah. Well, you okay then?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm February the 1st, so I'm really drenched into being an Aquarian. My husband is 12th, and he always says that he's more of an Aquarian than I am. I said, you just steps Pisces.
What I do is swim the other way when I don't want to be Aquarius.
Oh my goodness gracious. So it is such a wonderful day today. I woke up this morning and exercised, yoga exercises with Nawili, of which we do it every day at 7:30, from 7:30 to, I'm sorry, from 6:30 to 7:30. And then we get ready for the call. So you can join us. Just let me know. So I give you the code. And we do it every day. On the weekends, we do it from, I think we said 8. What did we say now, Wheelie and Fauna? 8 to 9, or did we say 8 to 9? I think
we said
we're going to do it at 8 to 9. Yes.
8 to 9, right. And she's been such a blessing. She's going to donate whatever. I mean, you can just, there's no certain charge. You can donate, and that donation will go towards Elizabeth, so that we can do some things in the community and help.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whatever. And if you come and you have nothing, don't stop, just come, and join us. And matter of fact, I'll put that number in the chat and just, we just gonna soon we're gonna be outdoors. I have this wonderful backyard, not my backyard, but my backyard is cool, but there's a school, an elementary school behind me that has a big lot over by Coleman Young Center.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. So we're gonna do some things outside and it's
Okay.
just wonderful. Yeah, we have our fearless leader, Razia, is popped on. Morning, Razia, Grand Rising.
Get your coffee, she coming back?
Grand Rising, everyone.
Grand Rising.
Oh,
Great
but if you get
day,
your coffee,
great
she going
day.
back to Baltimore?
You don't see her yet.
You don't see her yet?
Girl,
No.
you better keep your ass over here. Yeah, I wouldn't be going.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
there you go.
hi, Winnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having some challenge with my phone this morning. First of all, I forgot to nurture it and take care of it, so it was left off the hook all night.
Yes.
It's just barely hanging on,
Okay.
Right.
So I'm in another room where I've got it plugged in to
Yes.
make sure we can get through.
Okay.
But
Good.
I'm all ears this morning. Yesterday was a challenging day for us here. We tried to work in the garden,
Okay.
and we are reminded of
Indeed.
how different it is 10 years later. Yeah. So Charles was overcome with something he got over to one of the plants, and I guess he was allergic to it. It wasn't poison ivy, but and something. And so we're trying to find out what that is. So we've got to look on the web and different ways
Right.
to see what's happening. But we're working on it. So
Well, I wish you the best with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I took some time yesterday too. I set up a greenhouse for my herbs for my yard. So that was fun. I'm so happy.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Congratulations.
Oh,
This is
thank
the
you.
time. And we definitely are being told that we need to make sure we're planting something to eat.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
summer.
I can't get to it. Right.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see anybody that's doing gardening, and I'm encouraging people to hook up with someone who has a land space, who has a yard, who has a space. And we all don't have it, but it's a good thing. So you can have some lettuce and some green beans and tomatoes and cucumbers and all these things, just walking outside your door or on your porch.
Yes.
Yeah. So if Kroger is closed or Whole Food is closed, you still can eat.
That's true. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
The food that they tell you to, in case of emergencies or something like this, everything is canned. So that would be, your saving grace is to have your own fresh food.
Right.
Outside,
Right.
And so isn't there a way for those who live in apartments to still grow the food right in their own home, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Well, we have that whole indoor gardening movement. And so you begin to look at your sprouts, which just grow in a jar. If you can live in the atmosphere, they can live.
Yeah.
Because they just need water and air and some light. And so definitely, and there are 5 different sprouts, which are really available in the metro area, 5 different sprouting seeds and the jars. And so in this climate, sprouts do very well.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have hot days, but we have cool nights. And so it means the sprouts can manage to kind of cool off. They get overheated because sprouts are kind of like new beings. When a woman is pregnant, she talks about her being hot, and having to stay in the cool. Well, sprouts are needing to be rinsed in cold water just to cool them down from their regular activity. They have a higher temperature than a regular plant.
So how often do you have to do that, to rinse them daily?
Yeah. My regimen is I rinse them in the morning. That was what I was doing earlier this morning. That was first thing I did when I got up, was to rinse the sprouts with cold water. And then you rinse them at night, sometimes after dinner or for dinner, whatever is going to be convenient for you. That's not the end of the world if you don't rinse them. But what happens is when you miss a rinse, the little fellows are all just clinging together for dear life. Yeah, all stuck together. And you feel so bad. You feel like you've been a bad mama. You didn't do your little bit, but they need that cold water. And I say, I try to say cold water whenever I'm talking. I'm talking about the cold from the faucet. I had a student that came to me and she was in tears. She said, Miss Razia, I don't know what happened, but my sprouts didn't make it. And she said, I rinsed them in the morning and I rinsed them at night, like you told me, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I don't understand though. What else? And we were talking, and some way I found out that she was rinsing them in hot water.
Oh, wow.
Because she was used to, washing dishes and other things where you sanitize by using hot water.
Yes.
Well, she burned the babies.
Yeah. So they went on to glory.
Sprout glory.
Yeah.
Glory.
Oh, and she continued, right, and did it correctly.
Yeah. She did it correctly, and she was relieved because she thought she'd done everything right. She had rinsed them, she had put them in the light, she had given them their slanted position, and she did everything, but that hot water, a warm water was the mistake. Yeah. So
how many kind of different kinds of sprouts are there?
Well, I look at about 10.
Oh, okay.
But the most popular ones, of course, most people know about alfalfa sprouts. And then there's mung bean sprouts. There's red clover. There's broccoli sprouts. So what is that? That's 5. And then we've got the same lentils that you use to make soup, the green lentils, the brown lentils, they sprout beautifully and they sprout very quickly. They are my 2-day sprouts and 3-day. Mung beans are 2-day, 3-day. Then you have garbanzo beans, the chickpeas. And when my teacher said, yeah, we're going to sprout these, I said, oh no, I don't know, I'm going to be at the back of the class for this one. But they are, because they are so hard, But when you soak them and sprout them, they swell, they get about 2 times their size. And they reminded me of macadamia nuts. You can chew right in on them and eat them along, but I can make live hummus out of the sprouted garbanzo bean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And the fun thing about that bean is that it is, you don't let a big sprout grow out, you just have the little point. Once the big sprout comes out, it doesn't taste as good.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you eat them on their first day ready. Yeah, so I'll stop chatting about sprouts now. Thanks for listening.
No, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. That's good.
You sprouted us into the conversation, and I and I want to thank Winnie for bringing that cup up, because I was fixing
This is
tea.
not a cup, this glass of pineapples, blueberries, and grapes.
Yeah, but just you drinking something, I forgot that I had turned the fire on for my tea.
Oh
And
yeah, go get
that's why I
that.
dashed out of here because
No, we juiced this morning.
oh my goodness.
Oh, geez, that is.
So Razia, you want to introduce Winnie and get us started with her? Any other conversations?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I am just so thankful for Winnie and Deidre coming to the show today. And I met Winnie. Winnie showed up at one of our dinner meetups. And she's such a gracious lady. And I said, who is that? You know, because you could feel her presence. And then when I got a chance to talk to her and find out her experiences, what she had contributed, and her Motown activities, and how she had been able to be healthy, I always knew that, well, I thought it was quite challenging for people who were in entertainment and the kind of the faster lifestyle to maintain a healthy eating pattern. You know, they were exposed to great tasty foods, but often they were the rich, fancier foods. So for her to be able to maintain this healthy lifestyle and manage a very threatening disease imbalance was just intriguing. And so I said, I've got to get to know this lady. And I'm so pleased that she found her way to Healing Support Network. Now, Deidre has spent she just loves spending time with Wendy and learning from her. They become, when I see one, I see the other. So I would like to ask Deidre to give that special introduction.
Oh, yes.
This great lady, Wendy Brown. We welcome you to the show today. And we appreciate it. So, Deidre,
okay, I can introduce her. Yes, I'm very much excited to introduce her. You know, we've been knowing each other for about
since
2015. And, you know, she came into my life, you know, just sharing her experiences, you know, especially with Motown. I think I shared this with this group before, but, you know, she shared it with a group of students that I taught at my church, some young people. You know, some of them had never heard of Motown, and some of them didn't know much about it. So it was nice for them to hear about, you know, Diana Ross, and that Winnie, you know, would take care of Diana Ross, you know, on the road and that kind of thing. So
all three of them.
It was very personal. And so then, you know, as I got to know Winnie much better, you know, we really became like a daughter to her. And so we would talk about health, you know, and that was our link to each other, was, you know, really trying to be healthy. So that was something that I truly enjoyed, even over the years, even today. You know, I came over to her house, we were juicing, we were talking about being healthy. I mean, that's just our link to each other. So I truly appreciate that in her. But no, Winnie, she wants to share a few things with you all, and I am so pleased to introduce her. Take it over.
Okay, I want to go back a little bit. When I met Deidre, I was at Unity. Since Butterworth left, David Williamson came. And actually, I had just lost my daughter in October of 15. So I went to church to have counseling with Pastor Gregory. She was Gregory's assistant, and he introduced me to her, and she started talking to me, and I had just lost my daughter, so it was this nice lady taking me around the church and doing things. So that's how we became close, and also introduced her to her husband. He sat a couple rows in front of me. When they said, take your hand and greet your neighbor, I introduced him. I said, this is my daughter, Deidre. And that's how they met. So and I had just lost my daughter, and I just hung on to her. And that's how we really met at Unity on 2nd. So actually, after that, Pastor Gregory had a stroke, and he couldn't. I did one counseling session with him, and he got sick. So it was, I would talk to Deidre and I didn't have the counseling. So anyway, I pulled myself together and started moving forward. So that was that part of it when we met. So now what else would you like for me to talk about? Ladies, you wanted me to talk about my diabetes?
Yes.
Okay. Working a lot, eating the wrong foods, and I had a beauty shop, and it was a very popular beauty shop. I had quite a few operators. And
What year was that?
64.
Okay.
64, I opened Celebrity House West. It houses 30 operators, and I had a restaurant upstairs, and Martha Jean the Queen used to come up and eat. They had a very good cook. Anyway, I was eating all the wrong foods, and I fell out in the beauty shop and went to call my doctor. And while I was in the hospital, actually, it comes from holding your water, and I developed a urinary infection. So I went, like I said, I ended up in the hospital. And a doctor, after he examined me, he said, you have the makings of tumors. If you don't change your diet, they're going to develop. So from then on, that was in the 70s. And I started changing my diet. And I cheat some. I weighed about 230 pounds. And I wore jeans, and I had the top button open so my stomach could get out. and big shirts. I got a lot of big shirts back there now. And so as I started convincing myself to eat right, I started losing weight. So now I'm between a 10 and a 12. I buy some 12s because I'm tall, but I can really wear a 10. Yeah. So anyway, I started on my 5'6.5". I believe I'm 5'7" though, but the paper said 5'6.5". And I weigh 68 or 70 pounds. And I wear 10s. My better suits are 12s. So anyway, I started what I call a vegetarian diet, and I would eat turkey and chicken. And then they say eat bacon or something. I tried. I still wasn't convinced that I was. So I would eat things that was not good for me. So anyway, I finally convinced myself I lost some weight and changed my diet. And actually I met Dr. Kiefer at Northwest Activity Center. And I got involved in a water station. And she and I became good friends. And she and my daughter were friends too. So actually I followed her program for a while. And I would go get a colonic every 4 months when the season changed. That's necessary for you to clean your colon out. And I did that until the pandemic started. I would go every 4 months. So actually, I'm going to call Jesse Brown and see if he's back in action, because I haven't had a colon cleanse in 2 years. So anyway, any questions so far? Hello, Pam? You're looking at me. Do you have any questions?
No, not at the moment, no. But it's sounding really good. Please keep going.
Well,
Okay, so
I
thank you. Question?
have a question. During this time when you found out about the condition of your body, you know, when you
Right.
said you fainted or you fell out in the
Beauty shop.
and so that was your wake up call.
Right.
When you were told this that you had all this, did the doctor tell you that you should change what you were eating, or
Oh, yes. Yes, he did. He said I had to change my diet if that tumor would develop.
Okay, now that was a, I just want to say,
Right. I agree.
That was
A
what?
good doctor.
Oh, yeah.
because many of the doctors do not share much with the patient about changing their nutritional patterns. They may talk about being put on a medication or some other thing. So hats off and kudos to that doctor
Mhm.
who was able to support you in that way. But now, how did you react? Did you feel okay about that, or were you mad? Or
Yeah. No, it was a wake up call for me because I had to lose that weight. I told you I was up to 225, and I started losing weight, changing my diet, and cheating at the same time. But I was still losing weight. You know, so it wasn't a contest. It was necessary for me to be healthy. So
now,
it was just what I had to do.
the other question I have for you, and this comes, quite a few people talk to me about how their friends kind of throw monkey wrenches at their change. Oh, come on, girl, you can have some ice cream, right? Or you have these. Just one rib won't hurt you, or whatever. But sometimes our friends will not be supportive. Was that were your friends?
Right. I give you an example of that. I've been in show business all my life. I've traveled for 50 or 60 years. And I traveled with some big entertainers. And you know what their entertainment is in the dressing room? Pass the coat, bring on the bourbon.
Yeah.
And I say, they say, you want to hit this, Winnie? I said, no, I want big titties. I don't want no drugs. And they would tell me to go leave the room because I would do comedy. I said, you putting that? I said, I don't want to put that in my nose. And I would make a joke out of it. They tell me to leave the room. And I knew then that I didn't want that in my body. I was healthy then. I traveled with my juicer. It was a old, it was the first juicer. It wasn't a juice man, Jack Lane. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
traveled with a little box of juice out, travel on the road trying to make juice for the Supremes in the morning and telling them, everybody that would listen to me, I would tell them that, I got rid of that tumor and I'm healthy and I'm this. And I was talking to everybody. They tell me to leave the room, pass the Burberry.
Yeah, we talk that, don't talk that healthy
Yeah,
stuff. Get out of here.
Right, right. Mostly all of them are gone too.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. So that was one of the reasons that I had to eat healthy to be mobile at this stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you had to take care of other people, so you had to.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Set
had
an
to
example.
Yeah, and feel good in the midst of it.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen
And see, Barry.
Yeah, I've seen so many people that are caretakers, and then their body falls
Right.
off because
Mhm.
it's like they have to take even better care because of what they
Right.
have to, what they can absorb in helping other people that are sick, or the concern that they won't change. I think Razia and Lakita and I were talking about that, and the two of them being very conscious of what they put in their body and health and helping other people and teaching and all that kind of stuff. There was this longing that people would listen and adhere to what they're saying, and so yeah, and like I said, a lot of people, when they're caretakers, even of their children, if their child was born or something happened, and for the rest of their life, they have to take care of them, they have to pick them up, they have to feed them and all that kind of stuff, and it takes a toll on them. So they tend to you know, I don't want to say forget, but they kind of shrug themselves, and
Right.
yeah, and taking care of everybody else. And so yeah, so I'm glad that we have an example. I want to say that this morning when I was exercising with Nawili, God, is so funny that I could not. I wanted to say, well, I'm 69. Well, she's the same age, so I couldn't use that. When it's young
Right,
people,
right.
yeah, young people, I could say, I'm older and I can't do all this, and her and Fana, they just going to town, and I'm like, oh, I can't use that excuse anymore. And
Right. That's funny.
so I thank God for Razia. I thank God for you, Winnie, just being that example that we can actually see that it can be done and that it's worth it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Winnie? You was going to share
I
something?
was with Motown 58 years, and that was Barry's policy, not to hear anything on the road about us. So if you notice, the acts had supervision. Maxine Powell was show them how to walk and make a stage presentation. We had chaperones, which I was one of them. We had professional dressers, and Barry. You have to report to Barry how the Supreme doing this and that. So his format for building Motown was that none of us could get into any trouble, couldn't do drugs. He didn't want that. And they were young enough to listen, they're like their daddy. And it was just a policy. So that was a good way that we kind of kept each other in order.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't hear all those scandals about Motown acts until Temptations,
Right.
Yeah. I know you want to leave. And I said, I refuse to let you split. That's it. It was fun times and hard times.
Yeah.
Actually, I had the mindset to keep my body together because I had to keep them together. So I just stayed healthy and away from all that activity, like I said, I didn't want drugs in my system. So it's your mindset at any age. I knew I wanted to be mobile when I got to this age when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful. Good.
And I exercise. I don't drink or smoke, so I take care of my body. I go get a massage every week. If I hit the number, I get 2. And I'm in the walking club here at the complex. They walk every morning at 9:30, and they don't believe me either. So I just walk past them and say, believe, believe. It's real. But you have to have that mindset to give up that macaroni and cheese and sweet potatoes and all those combinations and cornbread and greens and fried chicken. Your body can't handle all that.
Yeah.
I eat 2 things, either beans and rice, greens and okra. I can't do those combinations,
Mhm.
and it
So
really
are
makes a
you
difference.
Are you a good cook? Is your food delicious?
Oh, I'm a very good cook. I'm making dandelion greens today and okra.
Oh my.
But dandelion greens are bitter, so most people don't like them. So I boil them,
Mm-hmm.
and you can make a tea out of that, and it's very good for the body. But a lot of times I don't. I just boil them and pour that water off, and then put my seasoning. I do a lot of onions.
Yeah, she is a good cook.
I do a lot of onions, and that's basically what I season my food with: onions, and I might drop a celery in there and take it out. But I don't eat. I don't cook a lot, but I eat raw most of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Today I'm doing fruit, and I juiced some fruit today: pineapple, blueberries, and grapes. So I got a lot of juice books, and I make different combinations. Now I got 2 juices. I'm getting ready to get a 3rd one because I don't like to clean that one as often. Going
Yeah.
back to get me a bullet. I got a ninja and 2 ninjas and a bullet, and now I got a what's that?
With the one I use,
Yeah,
that's a ninja.
that's a ninja.
She got a juicer and she
It's
got a
like
ninja.
the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you got to take care of your body if you want to be mobile. I'm going down to the Riverwalk June the 6th. They starting again, but DMC doesn't have it. AARP has it, so you can meet me at the riverfront. And I was doing like 40 miles a week. I go down to Cobo Hall, which is another name now. Come back, stop at the carousel, and go to Belle Isle. So you guys can meet me down there June 7th and sign up.
We're thinking about Saturday too, if you want to go down there Saturday.
Oh yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I'll meet you Saturday.
Yeah,
Because
really.
Tuesday and Thursday, you guys are busy. And it starts at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll meet you on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Some faces and some bodies.
On meet
Do
where?
you go on to?
And they have an exercise class down there too. Well, some of them are exercising and some are walking and some are just sitting and watching the view. We got oxygen tanks down there, walkers, everything. Everybody's welcome.
Somebody asked, where should we meet on
At
Saturday?
the carousel. It's off of Mount Elliott. Meet down at the Riverwalk.
What state? We're in Michigan. Somebody asked what state.
Yeah, we're in Detroit.
So
yeah. Fly on in, Mama.
That's on Jefferson.
Mama Ayaba, just fly in every
Saturday.
So where are you at? Where are you at, Mama Ayaba?
I'm in Maryland, but that was my cousin Kamari. She's in Virginia.
Hi there.
Hi.
Okay, where you fly in?
Oh, she said Baltimore. Maryland, Baltimore.
I'm in Silver Spring.
I'm in Richmond.
Okay.
I'm in
I
Richmond,
got a
Virginia.
cousin in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I live down there. I've been down there.
I want to come up there where you are.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna grab my cousin. We're gonna come up.
All
That'd
right.
be nice.
Well, speaking of coming to Detroit, we have our African World Festival,
Yeah, that's
which is normally in in August, the third weekend in August. But
Yeah.
they're changing that. They are going back to the Hart Plaza.
Oh, that's
Artie.
great.
Yes, and they changed the date for this year. I don't know if it'll be the same every year, but this year it's going to be July 15, 16, 17, I think is that
Oh, okay.
weekend. And Hannah's going to come up. She's getting her ticket today, and we're going to kick off. Hannah, now, Hannah, where are you at, babe? She'll tell in a minute. She's on mute.
Okay.
But now, Wheelie, do you know I know you know.
Fana's from DC, Southeast.
Yeah, DC. And so she's going to come up, and she's an excellent chef. And we're going to kick off with her and Razia. So I have to put it on Razia's calendar. We create where we're going to do our first Elizabeth kitchen. And
Oh, that's gonna be
that's gonna
nice.
be nice.
yeah, and that's going to be up that's at my loft, where my salon is and the
Yeah.
school. So we'll be upstairs, and we have a nice kitchen where we're going to kick our show off for that. I'm
Oh,
on
that's gonna be nice.
What's her name?
Sheila, Mama. I'm
Queen.
sorry. Dooney, yes,
Queen. Are you a hairdresser?
yes, ma'am. I do natural hair
Oh, where?
over at Everett's Natural Beauty School and Salon. We're on Iron Street and Jefferson, right there at Mount Elliott. That's what I
Oh.
said. You pass us all the time. We're right there by the Mount Elliott Park and the Coast Guard.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly where
That
that
big
is.
old, loft.
Monument right there. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. So we're going to kick off the Elizabeth kitchen. And so we invite you to come and be part of that. Winnie,
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
date is that again?
we don't have a date, but as far as when we're going to do that, we'll be talking about it more. But let me make sure of that weekend. That's July, 15, 16, and 17.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be working on that. That's gonna be awesome. So that's like our first gathering physically is then at that time. And we'll, like I said, while she's here, we're going to kick that off. And that's going to be fun.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, so we want to have a booth at the festival, ladies.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to have Elizabeth booth. We would be nonprofit, and it's 300 and something, so like $25 a piece. And we would promote our Elizabeth, the Grand Rising, but we would also promote your own personal business with flyers, because we're not out there selling stuff, because we're nonprofit. So we would be giving information out about different things,
okay, good.
Yeah. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
May I?
So, Queen,
Mhm.
what beauty school did you go to?
I went to Mauricio's.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah,
one
I
of
know
the.
Mauricio. Miss Francis was there. Miss Francis, she was a good friend.
She taught. She was a teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
she's a lead teacher.
Okay. Miss
Yeah.
Francis. Yeah, I was there when they first opened. I was one of their first students.
Oh, wow.
I was first Black student at Virginia Farrell on the Boulevard.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Virginia Farrell first, and they were on. They were the ones that were on Woodward.
On Wood,
Woodward, right?
upstairs.
Yeah, yeah, and the manager, she was always drunk.
Yeah. Who was that?
There's a white
Which-
lady.
Harnati.
I don't
Harnati.
know. I don't know. I don't know. But I was pregnant, so I didn't complete that. You know, I was big, fat, and pregnant with my son. Yeah.
Yeah, they are on Milwaukee and the Boulevard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So are you still doing hair?
May,
I just stopped in 19. I distributed my customers to my operators. Yeah, I'm a professional hair weaver. I went to Cleveland and studied with the lady that invented, what's her name? I don't know, I can forget her name. But she invented the hair weave, and I was like the third person that was doing that in Detroit.
Yeah.
That's when they were like $500 and $600 and $800.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
actually, I got it in the high schools. I petitioned Lansing to teach it in Votex centers.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I went to Lansing with a lady named Una Jordan. We separated the manicuring from the hair,
Mm-hmm.
and I introduced hair weaving to the Votex Center. And you
Yeah.
could be manicurist or hairdresser.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want to separate it, but I went up there with my mouth and I told them all the reasons why they should.
Mhm.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm responsible for me and some other, other people, but I headed up the separation of license for braiders.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's why there's a braider.
Well, Kay Samuel and we also did that.
Kay
Kay Samuel, she taught braiding at Bright Hall.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Bright Hall Korean Technical Center. You know, we have 4 technical centers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Randolph
Mhm.
for plumbing and heating, and nursing was down on Woodward.
Uh-huh.
And we were on Chicago and Hubble.
Okay.
I worked there 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Well, we managed to get the license, the natural hair culturist license, and have it separate from the cosmetology. And yeah, that was
Cool.
that was a mess though, dealing with politics,
Yes.
all the lies and stuff like that. And God was so good that I would always find out about it, because when I'd walk away, it would be that we've agreed on a particular thing, right? And then a week or two later, somebody would send some information and it was not reading like what we had talked about,
Oh,
Yeah.
It changed it.
Yeah, right, right. But we find out about it, and Talib Dean Ukda from Washington, D.C. with Pamela Farrell, Cornrows and Company would, was helping us. And when the Wolverines, the leader, she pulled me, we had she met with me like for lunch or something like that. And she was saying that I needed to get rid of him.
oh my.
So I knew that is who I needed to keep.
Yeah.
Because they thought that I would be weak without him, right? Because he couldn't vote or anything. So that I definitely had him locked in to help.
you still got little tricks and things.
No, absolutely. But anyway, we're on a whole different route now about that. And I'm not going to go into that. I deal with the leadership of the natural hair industry. And so we're going to come together and make some decisions about, what do we want? We don't want them governing us. I was
Right.
I was not going to teach them how to be my boss. You
I know that.
Right.
And it was so beautiful, sisters. I'm telling you, when we went up Carolyn Kilpatrick took us up to speak to the board, and I had all of these sisters come up and brothers with their hair hooked up. I mean, hooked up. When they saw
Hooked
all
up.
of them people sitting there, because you know their thought is about, you know, a corn roll and a plait, you know.
Mhm.
Got up there and all kind of different styles was there, and I'm trying to think of the other sister that was there. Anyway, but it was amazing. It was amazing when all,
Sounds like it.
oh gosh, they're like looking there. They were all white and they're looking at all these hairstyles coming in there. It was amazing. It was amazing. So anyway, so that's where we are. But it was also very taxing on us that we couldn't trust anything. You know, you always had to be on your guard. And it wasn't about
Well,
making
you're the
money.
first one. That's how it is.
Yeah. It wasn't about making money, which people think, because you know what you pay annually is nothing. And but it was about power. They did not want us to have the power to do anything. So anyway,
But they couldn't
back
do
to
it.
food.
Did someone have a hand up or something?
Well,
Empress.
Empress.
Yes. Yes, I have a question. Your event, I know you said you don't have your event for the date yet, but can you all send me the information on what date you said, Mama, and as well as you, Queen?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I would like the date you have your date, right, Mom? Mama?
Are you talking about for?
But she was talking about the walk.
Oh, when yeah, they do that every week. So that's a weekly thing that AARP does. And so we were saying, Razia and I were talking about just having a day that on a Saturday that we choose to go and meet, because that would be outside of the AARP. And that we would go down to the river walk and just, you know, a day to hang out with Winnie and walk with her. Yeah.
Is that what Mama Deidre? That's who you're talking about with her?
That was with Mama Winnie. So Deidre is the young one, and
okay.
And
okay.
Winnie,
I'm not sure I just
Winnie
got
is the younger one.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
But can you send me that information? How can you put the information on the chat so that I can see what maybe I can grab my cousin Ayaba with me and we can come up, or I can come.
When we get it organized, we will definitely let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we really want you to come during the African World Festival. And that's when we're going to be we'll have a booth and we'll be out there and we'll be walking and we'll be kicking off the kitchen and all of that. So that gives you a little bit more time. That is the 15th, 16th, and 17th of
July,
the African World Festival.
Okay.
And
so
then,
Mama, so her name is Mama Wendy?
Winnie.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so all y'all you all in the same state?
Yes.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to come up there and visit, yes. And
love
be
to
a
have
part.
you.
I need to get back in shape. I teach
Right.
survival skills, survival training. So I teach wild food plants. So dandelion is definitely the #1 survival plant. So yes, and even though it's
that's wonderful.
yes, so it's called Freedom Ancestral Survival Network, and I've been doing it since 2005.
What do you have a website?
Yes, it's actually FAS.
Okay.
I put in the chat. I can put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but I was just saying, I'm just so amazed. This is your mother?
Yes, my godmother. Yes.
I got on. I've been trying to log in to, go through all
Where
those
is she
steps
amazed
and,
at?
and everything. And I've been trying to get on since around 8 o'clock. And I just had challenges getting on. So
What's your name?
Empress
your name?
Kamari Kuantasa.
Empress. What are you so
Kamari,
amazed about? What are you so amazed about?
because I'm looking at you and you sharing about your juicing and and how you eat the dandelion and getting in shape. And I came on when you was talking about how you lost weight. So I was just,
Yeah.
and then
I'm
you was talking
88
about,
and a half. That was a long time ago.
yeah, but you still doing it though. And you
Okay.
still
I juice in the morning and I have one meal a day. You gotta cut down on that food, and I have maybe something about 6 o'clock, and then it's over. I stop.
Yeah. I'm a vegan right now. I grow a lot of wild. I have a garden with wild food growing.
Yeah.
Wild with dandelions and plantain and things like that. I actually grow wild. I just got a garden just for, even though you can find it in the wild, I actually got a garden for it.
Okay, so give me your menu for one day. Tell me what you do in the morning.
I'm not like you. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't be like you. That's why I was so amazed.
Oh.
I'm eating it,
Keep
but
trying. You can get it.
Yeah, I'm eating it, but I'm not completely raw. I do eat raw food. I do eat wild plants, and I do the plantain and the dandelions, but I still eat cooked food. I don't eat no meat. I am totally vegan. So, well, I don't like to use that word,
Not totally. You just don't eat no meat.
Right, I don't like to say, you know what I'm saying? I eat vegetables. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's
I got
good.
you.
I don't like the word vegan too much. That's putting a label on everything. So,
Right.
right.
You getting there?
Yeah, I'm might not be as young as you, but I am 61. So,
Yeah. Well, when you come to Detroit, we'll see about that.
all right. Okay.
I can beat you in the shape.
I bet you. Look. The last 2 years, my mother will be 89 this year, and my father, he just passed not too long ago, and I want to so for the last couple of years, I haven't been having the survival training, but I am going to get back to it. So soon as a lot of people have been asking me, so I will be doing it soon.
Yeah.
And we will, and I do lecture. I just got to get back in shape too.
Well, your mother's just 6 months older than me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I can use some survival training. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I would love to have y'all come and speak. I had my cousin Ayaba speak, and we have like a survival family reunion, family where we have guest speakers and things. So we also have that as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Great.
Okay, I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, that's great.
Leah, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, they just touched on it. I was wanting Wendy to speak a bit about timing of when you eat and when you stop eating. I've heard through the years, my mom used to talk about how we were damaging ourselves by eating late. She said, y'all need to stop all that eating at 8 and 9 o'clock at night. And often when we traveled or we got home late from a show or from work, you would go and eat at 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. And I'd been told that was not a good idea if you wanted to live a long, healthy life.
Right.
Right.
So I heard you mention how you have been disciplined to eat your last meal quite early in the day. I mean, early in the evening.
6 o'clock anyway. I usually eat about 2 or 3 out, and I don't really crave that much food. So I like my raw stuff. So I don't eat all through the day and stuff. Just when I get hungry, and it'd be about 1 or 2 o'clock, I have a salad.
What time do you rise up, Winnie?
1:30, 3:30, and I get up at 4:30. I'm
Oh,
up. I'm up. I don't sleep a long hours. I sleep in a period of 3 hours, and I'm up 3 hours. You know,
Wow.
so I usually get up about 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that.
mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna take this moment,
Bed early too.
Elizabeth, and we're going to say so long for the day with Facebook and YouTube. And we thank you for joining us. You can continue the conversation with us if you go to elizabethvisionaryconference.org. Get your ticket, come on in. You can use the same ticket for the ladies in Zoom. You can use the same number all the time to come in. You don't have to go back and register and go through that process. But we invite you to come and join us. And we thank you for joining us this morning. And if everybody can unmute yourself and say bye-bye or
No.
YouTube.
Bye.
Thank, thank you, Winnie and Deidre. That was just wonderful.
Yeah, now they're going to
You're
continue
welcome.
with us. Yeah, they're going to continue with us on Zoom. So Facebook and YouTube, come on and join us. ElizabethVisionaryConference.org, and we'll see you in the room.